Hello guys. So you have no idea how many hours of work I had to do this so that I would get the right fucking lights. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. But I have the star lights behind me and I have the lamp right here, so let's hope that this stays like this because I tried to make a video earlier and it was like kind of dark. And I'm trying to avoid making really dark videos because I feel like that's really annoying. Anyways, don't mind my chunkiness or the flashing lights behind me. Anyways, I'm going to get into story time. And if you read the title, you can see that this is going to be a story about how I met my husband. Or not my husband, my boyfriend. My future husband, though. So, basically, long story short, I met my boyfriend at CCAC. But I kind of knew him in high school because we went to high school together. He just graduated a year before me. I would see him all the time, and he was friends with, like, my friends, kind of. It's like we had the same group of friends, you know, but, like, we just never talked. Like, you know. Anyways, trying to make this a really short video because I tried to make this video earlier, and it was really, really long, like 10 minutes. So I'm going to see if I can make it 5 minutes. Wish me luck. Anyways, so then we met at community college. I had a boyfriend at the time who went to school at college like an hour away, so I ended up breaking up with that relationship. Then I had another relationship after that, which ended horribly because I went out with a guy, not like a revenge kind of thing. We both knew, like, oh, you're not going to be my forever. We're just lonely and we just need someone, you know? So I went out with him. Then I met my husband, which I guess I can make another story about how I met my husband, how we got married, and I can explain, like, why we broke up and what happened with that relationship, I guess. Anyways, so then I was friends with my boyfriend since I started college, and we were probably friends for like almost 2.5 years. It was like 2 years and like 4 months before we started dating. No, wait, would it be? No, it would be like 2 years and 3 months or whatever. It doesn't really matter. So we were friends, but we never really talked because I thought he didn't like me, but really he's just a really shy guy. So he had early classes. Like I would get there probably around like 8 or 9 o'clock, and he would just be getting out of his first class because his first class is at I think 7. Anyway, so he would have like an hour to kill before his next class, and that's when I would come in. And I think my husband, he had class when I would be getting there, so the hour that my now boyfriend had, he would be going to class. So my husband would never be there when this all was going down, like when in the mornings or whatever. But so I was telling him about how shitty all the shit that was going on in my relationship. He didn't like it. We got really personal, you know, and I really started crushing on him, and he knew, you know, that I really liked him. Well, he didn't know, because we would flirt, you know, and I told him up front, I'm like, I'm married, I don't want this to go any further than, hey, you look cute, hey, you look sexy. I didn't even want kissing or any, like, touching, like, where the bathing suit would cover. Like, the arms were fine, the kneecap was fine, the foot, I guess, is fine, but, like, nothing like, oh, touch my cooter, like, no. So, yeah, I was, like, touching, how I first started was I was touching his pants, and they were really, really soft pants. I was just like, oh my god, your pants are so soft. So I guess I was rubbing his leg, and then so the next day, I came back to school, and I was like, oh, I don't want this to go any further, blah, blah, blah. It's cool for me to touch your pants, but I'm not going to touch your penis, blah, blah, blah. But I think the first day I went to go touch his pants, one of my friends grabbed my hand and put it on his junk. Funny. So anyways, and then so, you could tell that me and him were like really, really close or whatever. You know, it was like blatantly obvious. And like, so we would like go and meet at this park, and we met at the park like probably 3 or 4 times. It was like right next to the school, like literally it was like a park. It wasn't like a tree park, it was like a park. It had a slide and swings and all for kids, and there were statues there, and I think there was even like a tennis court like a little bit further down or whatever. And I even think there was a basketball court like next to the tennis. I don't really remember. I do and I don't, because my grandfather lives close by there, so I kind of, but I haven't been there since for like 2-3 years, and I'm like, oh, memory. Ugh. Actually, it'll be like 2 years. Yeah, it's been like 2 years. It'll be 2 years, and it doesn't matter. I'm ranting on. Anyways, so we kissed November 1st, and then November 4th, we got together, and I didn't officially leave my husband, and I wish I did before I started dating him, but I really, really liked him. Like, I really, really liked him. You know? Like, I mean, I've felt that passionate before when I first date people, but like, I've never been that open with someone. Like, I've told him things I've never told anyone my whole life. Like, he was literally my best friend. Like, before we were dating, he was literally my best friend. I've been close to guys before, but I've never been close to a guy that was so caring like him. Like, I've been with, like, friends with guys, and they're so selfish, so mean, so egotistical, but I've never been with a friend with a guy who's so caring and loving and blah. So then we went on our first date, and yes, I was still with my husband, like November 6th, and then November 8th is the day that I left my husband. I immediately lived with my boyfriend, which I don't regret, but I kind of wish I didn't at the same time. Like, it's like, oh, we get together and now I'm living with you. And then we lived together for like 3 weeks, and then I went back with my parents, and then in March he moved out, and then I kind of lived with him. Like, my address was still my parents, but anyways, fast forward, me and my boyfriend have been together for almost 3 years, November 4th, like I said, so it will be 3 years November 4th. And we live together in a beautiful apartment, it's so lovely, and I love it here, and I don't work at McDonald's, and I work at Einstein's, which you can see my logo, and yeah, life is really great, and I know that he is going to be the one that I married. I've known since basically we got together, like, I don't know. I just knew, But anyways, this video is way longer than I thought it was going to be. Like I said, I was shooting for 5. My last video was like almost 10, but this one's only about to be 9, so minute knocked off. Plus, I look better. Anyways, have a great day, guys. I want to make more stories. I'm probably going to make the next one, like I said, about my husband and why I left him and what was going on with that crazy mess. Anyways, see you guys. I love you. Have a great day. And